The Democratic Alliance in the Eastern Cape is set to march to the Department of Social Development. This is against the high cost of living. The party will hand over a memorandum requesting immediate intervention. It is proposing solutions to cut costs by dropping VAT on basic food items and slashing fuel taxes. Just this month, it saw another steep fuel price increase. Well, let's stay with this story because the Democratic Alliance claims that the high cost of living has led to desperate poverty in parts of the Eastern Cape province and people allegedly taking their own lives, including the lives of their children, to escape the clutches of hunger. Newzroom Afrika's Siphosethu Booi following this story for us now, and she joins us from Butterworth this morning. Siphosethu, good morning to you. A very, very serious issue that the Democratic Alliance is raising in the Eastern Cape today, especially on the back of the families that have lost loved ones, people allegedly taking their lives because of poverty, grinding poverty. So this is one matter where this matter should never be politicized, but it's about proposing solutions. So what is on offer from the Democratic Alliance's side to ensure that poverty, grinding poverty, is at least alleviated?
And you're quite correct, Booi, by mentioning the fact that it shouldn't be an issue around politics, but it is an issue that many of the people of the Eastern Cape are faced with. And in some cases, Booi, is that young people also are now committing suicide. So one of those issues really stems from the issue of non-development and also the issue of unemployment in this particular area. And like you correctly stated, it's an issue of solutions at this point. What it is exactly that the Democratic Alliance will be taking forward, or rather, what is the memorandum of demands demanding from the Social Development Minister, or rather the MEC, to say these are the solutions that need to be tackled. But before we get to the solutions, Booi, I think it's very important and to note that we're joined now by Mlindi Nana, who is the Provincial Deputy Chair. Tata, thank you very much for making time to speak to us. As a DA member who works in and around the area of the Eastern Cape, in particular Butterworth, an area where many of the young people here are unemployed, and also just the issue that surrounds poverty in this particular area is one to note and needs solutions. But please speak to us about just some of the issues that you have picked up from the ground that are a matter of concern that requires government spheres to take action towards.
Well, thank you very much, Newzroom Afrika, for having us this morning. Firstly, I should mention that today's protest action by the Democratic Alliance is a culmination of a petition we ran in Butterworth in particular. We collected hundreds of signatures wherein people were in agreement that indeed food prices are spiraling out of control and therefore an intervention is required. But secondly, you will recall in August this year, a woman, Bonge Kabuso, from Butterworth, is allegedly to have committed suicide before killing her 3 children, and the motive for the killing is suspected to be poverty, because she couldn't afford to put food on the table for her kids anymore. That was in August. In September, the following month, the same occurrence happened in Lusikisiki, wherein again a woman with 4 kids tried to kill four of them, but thank goodness the 4th one did survive. And so this thing is becoming a scourge. This thing is becoming a pandemic in our society. Poor people out there cannot put food on the table for their families, primarily because food prices are out of control.
And speak to us about some of the solutions and the demands that the memorandum consists of, because I think if there's one thing that we need to moving forward in also equipping the people of the Eastern Cape, it's solutions. What's different that the Democratic Alliance will bring forward that the African National Congress governing party in the Eastern Cape province is not doing?
Well, more often than not, the Democratic Alliance is accused of always criticizing without putting viable solutions on the table. And I can tell you now, in every criticism that the party has leveled against the governing party, we always provide tangible and sensible solutions. I'll give you an example. In the case of food prices, one of your key influencing factors is the fuel price. Only last night, the South Africans have been hit once again by a fuel hike. And we're saying as the DA, it is in government's hands to actually cut fuel costs by reducing levies, so that will have a ripple effect on the transportation of food. But secondly, as the party, we propose that government should completely slash value-added tax on food items that are largely consumed by poor people in our country, like your eggs. I mean, food items that are rich in protein, like your eggs, chicken, I mean, you name them. And then thirdly, we're saying as the party, it's in government's hands to review and reduce tariffs of items that are imported into the country, and those items that are being consumed by poor people.
Right, Mlindi, and moving from here, where are we going, and who is expected to receive the memorandum of the month?
Well, we've made arrangements with the Department of Social Development in Mnuma, because this area is one of the hardest hit areas by poverty. From here, we'll be marching through the CBD. We have received permission from the local authorities. We'll be moving through the CBD to offices of social development, and we will be met by the Deputy Director in Mnuma.
Mlindi Nana, who is the DA Provincial Deputy Leader, coming to us live here at Butterworth, Booi, marching through the CBD and handing over the memorandum of demands to the MEC, hopefully, of social development in this area, as this is one of the areas that's hard-stricken as far as poverty numbers are concerned in this particular province of the Eastern Cape.
Siphosethu, Booi, thank you very much. Live for us there in Butterworth.